The following is a presentation of 912 Sports. Welcome to On Air with 912 Sports, your number one source for high school sports. With Sean Smoke and Kevin Price. On Air with 912 Sports is brought to you by Coastal Pines Technical College. Go Coastal. Prime South Bank. Find your prime. Robbie Robertson Ford, because Fords are cheaper in the swamp. Gibson Animal Clinic, practical solutions with limited fees. Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, the region's best orthopedic care. And Kim Smoke, licensed realtor with eXp Realty.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
Welcome, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. I'm Sean Smoke, publisher of 912 Sports, and we've got a great show for you tonight. The Ware County Gators have lived by a mantra this season: gritty, not pretty. Evidently, it's worked for the Gators as they're one win away from the Region 1-5A title. I'll have a full report on the 2024 season coming up. Glenn lost the city championship to Brunswick last week, and now they have the unenviable task of sweeping Evans to finish second in Region 2-6A. The Red Terrors won Game 1 on Tuesday and are set for a doubleheader this Friday at the Wayno against the Knights. Head writer and podcast host Kevin Price will be along with a full report. Mark your calendar, sports fans, for next Thursday, April the 25th, as we'll bring you the 6th annual All Sports Awards Show at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live and on demand on our website, 912sports.net. Pick up a copy of the latest issue of 912 Sports with MVP Jeff Davis Yellow Jacket Duke Stone on the cover. It features several top players from around the 912, and it's out on newsstands now. Stick around. We'll be right back after these important words from our sponsors.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Call on us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
The Ware County Gators are one win away from winning the Region 1-5A baseball championship. Hello, sports fans. I'm Sean Smoke, and I have the privilege of calling the Ware County Gator baseball games on 912sports.net with my colleague, Hall of Fame coach James Conley. The Gators have won every region series this season and are one win away from clinching the region championship after two dominating wins Tuesday over Bradwell, winning 15-2 and 20-0. They'll play the third and final regular season game tonight. Picked to finish third in Region 1-5A, the Gators scrapped together ways to win the huge series against both Coffee and Greenbrier in the past 3 weeks, putting themselves atop Region 1. With a third win over Bradwell tonight and Greenbrier winning over Statesboro, the Gators and Wolfpack will be tied, but since Ware took 2 out of 3 from the Wolfpack, that'll make the Gators region champs and give them that all-important #1 seed as they enter the state playoffs. It's been a total team effort out of the Gators this season, with different guys on different nights propelling the Gators to victory. Evan Pearson, Landon Smallwood, and Bryce Dixon have come through for the Gators at the plate with clutch hits in several situations. Defensively, Slade Sweat, Colin Crawford, and Logan Hatcher, all underclassmen, have turned in defensive gems night after night. And on the mound, Cole Cox and Noah Bunch have pitched big-time innings in tough spots, keeping the Gators in games. Two guys that have really shined for the Gators this season have been Evan Joyner on the mound and Seth Seat at the plate. Evan Joyner has thrown 4 complete game shutouts on the season, and with his signature win helping his team to a 1-0 victory over the Coffee High Trojans in Game 1 of their 3-game series. Evan has pitched in 10 games and currently has an ERA of 1.235. Seth Cease has been Mr. Dependable at the plate. Seth is currently hitting .400 with an OPS of 1.107 with 30 hits on the season, which include 8 doubles and 2 home runs. He's only struck out 9 times in 27 games. As of tonight, it looks like Ware is the #1 seed will be matched up against the #4 seed, Tucker, in round 1 of the 5A state playoffs. Those games are scheduled for Tuesday, 4/23. You would have a doubleheader on Tuesday and an if game on Wednesday. Those games would be at Ware County High School at Gator Field. So come out and support the Gators if you can, but if you can't, we'll have all the live play-by-play action on 912sports.net. Stick around. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors. For On Air with 912 Sports, I'm Sean Smoke reporting.
Did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal!
Hello, everybody. I'm Kevin Price for On Air with 912 Sports. I'm also one of the play-by-play voices for Golden Isles Baseball on 912sports.net, which features both Brunswick High and Glen Academy. Here tonight, I'm reporting on the Region 2 6A playoff race, which is going to go down to the wire, as everything coming into the week was predicated on the final results pretty much of the Glen versus Evans series. And that series will conclude tomorrow night, Friday night in Brunswick at Adam Wainwright Field, Glen Academy's home ballpark, where the Evans Knights and the Glen Academy Red Terriers will face off in games 2 and 3 in that series. Everything's still up for grabs other than the #4 seed. That is because the Red Terriers defeated Evans in the opening game of that final Region 2 6A series for both teams on Tuesday up in Augusta. Glen won that ball game 7-1. The only thing determined at this point in terms of the region championship and the playoff seedings is that the South Effingham Mustangs will be the #4 seed. Brunswick, Glen, and Evans all will be in the playoffs as well in one of the top 3 spots. And those playoff seedings in the top 3 and the region championship will be determined by the scores of Glen versus Evans tomorrow night at the Wayno. When the week started, Evans began the final region series against Glenn with 2 region losses. The Brunswick High Pirates had already wrapped up their region schedule in Region 2 6A with a 14-4 record, so 4 region losses. They won 2 of 3 last week against Glenn Academy in the City Championship Series to round out region play for them. And then Glenn came into the week with 5 region losses. So basically we knew going into the Glenn Evans opener on Tuesday up in Augusta, this is what needed to happen for Evans to win the region championship. They just needed to take one of the 3 ball games, so they still need to take one of the final 2. Glenn can do no better than the number 2 seed after the series last week against Brunswick. They needed to win all 3 games in the series this week against Evans to be the number 2 seed and get a home series in the opening round of the state playoffs. So that's still alive for them. When Glenn won the opening ball game on Tuesday, we knew that Glenn was for sure going to be no worse than the number 3 seed, and that meant South Effingham definitely would be the number 4 seed out of the region. Glenn, of course, like I said, took the opening ball game last night, or Tuesday night. So here's what it all boils down to. If Evans wins 1 game of the final 2 at Adam Wainwright Field, they would be back-to-back region champs and would get the number 1 seed for the state playoffs. Brunswick would finish second with the 4 region losses, and Glenn would finish third. Even if Evans were to take 1 of 2 tomorrow and only win 1 game in the series, both them and Brunswick would finish tied with 4 league losses each. But Evans beat the Pirates 2 out of 3 when they met early in the region schedule, so they have the head-to-head tiebreaker over Brunswick and would get the top seed. Brunswick would be the 2 seed, and Glenn would be the 3 seed. Now, if Glenn does sweep Evans in the series, which would include winning the final 2 games at the Wayno tomorrow night, Glenn Academy would then become the number 2 seed with 5 region losses. They would be in a tie with Evans, but of course Evans would then lose the tiebreaker to Glenn. They would fall all the way to the number 3 seed, and your region champion and top seed going into the state playoffs would be the Brunswick High School Pirates with still just those 4 region losses. Stick around, sports fans. We'll be right back after these messages. You're watching On Air with 912 Sports.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
In the opening ball game on Tuesday night in the Glenn Evans series, the Red Terrors got another dominant performance out of their ace. Luke Barch, senior right-hander, struck out 16 of the 21 batters he faced as he went the distance for Glenn in their 7-1 win. That new 16 was a new season high for him. He had 15 in a game early in the season against Centennial back in the Baseball at the Beach tournament. Glenn won that ball game 2-1 over Centennial. Luke Barch finishes the regular season for Glenn Academy with an 8-0 record. He had 112 strikeouts in 60 innings pitched. He cannot pitch in the either one of the 2 games on Friday night because of his pitch count. He had 107 pitches, so the required number of days rest when he goes that much or throws that many pitches will not allow him to be on the mound for the Red Terrors in either game Friday. But, of course, he'll be raring and ready to go when Glenn opens the state playoffs next week as either, again, the number 2 or 3 seed. For Brunswick High, they're rounding out their regular season schedule this week. Finished region play last week with the winning 2 out of 3 in the city championship series against Glenn. That was Brunswick's first city title since 2019. Glenn had won the last 3. There was no city champion in 2020 as the COVID-19 pandemic cut the season short before Brunswick and Glenn played each other. But the Pirates, rounding out their regular season schedule this week, took on Appling County in a non-region game on Monday. The Pirates won that one. The Brunswick Pirates won that one over the Appling County Pirates out of Baxley, 5-1. Of course, Appling, a region champ in their AA region here in southeast Georgia as well. Elijah Wellman, the winning pitcher in that ball game, got to start for the Pirates, a senior. Also went 3 for 3 at the plate, so he was our player of the game. He's coming off winning the player of the series for the Pirates last week, doing a good job at the plate for Brunswick. A couple of key hits in that series got him the Glenn County Sports Hall of Fame player of the series. So obviously South Effingham, they pretty much knew they were going to be the number 4 seed unless Glenn lost all 3, and they ended up finishing ahead of Glenn in the pecking order, but Glenn took care of that on Tuesday with that victory against Evans. So it's all going to come down, again, to those final 2 games at the Wayno tomorrow night. We'll have both games on 912sports.net. I'll be on the call along with former Glenn Academy head baseball coach Chuck Fair. First pitch in that doubleheader, 4 p.m. at the Wayno. The second game to follow. Again, both games will be broadcast by us here at 912 Sports on www.912sports.net. Brunswick going to be at home. We know that as either the region champion or the number 2 seed in the state playoffs. Glenn will either be at home or on the road in the opening round of the state playoffs. And again, the state playoffs will begin for both Glenn, Brunswick, Evans, and South Effingham out of Region 2 6A next Thursday when the Class 6A state tournament begins here in the Peach State. So it's coming down to the wire tomorrow night at the Wayno. We'll see what happens. I'm Kevin Price for On Air with 912 Sports.
High schoolers, did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Calling us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
This has been a presentation of 912 Sports.